Sorry, I dropped my computer cord. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Facebook Live with me. I'm Angela Dahlgren from TouringPlans. Today we got some questions to answer, we got some news to talk about. We're going to mention a little bit about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, so let me know if you're excited for that. And I wanted to take a minute to thank you all for your response to Tuesday's video, which is an overview of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I was really pleased to see that you enjoyed it. And if you don't know, Brian and I upload weekly. Sometimes Brian uploads 2 or 3 times a week on our YouTube page. So that's just go to YouTube and type in TouringPlans. I'm every Tuesday, and then Brian's normally Wednesday and sometimes Thursday, and usually always Friday. So yes, subscribe there if you haven't. And for today's Disney dialogue question, do you prefer the Halloween party or the Christmas party? I have asked that question like in conversation before, but it's never been a Disney dialogue question. And with the Halloween party starting at Walt Disney World tomorrow, right? Yes, tomorrow, I want to know what you guys think. What do you prefer? I think it really comes down to the characters, if you're into the character meet and greet. So let me know. Disney dialogue question, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party? Let me know. In the meantime, tell me where you're from, where you're watching from, because I always like to see where you guys are at. And I'm gonna look at some comments. Oh, Tom, you noticed my highlights, yeah. Hi from Ontario. Yeah, there's purple. My mom was a little shocked at first because I've never done anything this bold, but she was very accepting and very, as far as a mom could be. Her response was pretty good, but I figure I work from home. Why not? Now or never. Hello to Sean-Luc Doherty. Tom's only ever done the Christmas party, so he can't weigh in. I did Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in 2014. Yes, because my daughter wasn't even a year yet. And unfortunately, it rained the entire time. So, of course, that's kind of going to give you a skewed perception because you couldn't, it's cold and it's wet and you couldn't really do a lot. The Headless Horseman didn't start off the parade because it was raining. And I was with a family member who had ECV, an electric scooter, and those can't really get wet. So we hung out mainly in the Main Street balcony by the train station, and then my husband and I braved ponchos and went on some rides afterwards. But yeah, so it wasn't super fun because of the rain, but I did the Christmas party for the first time last year with my daughter and my husband's aunt and uncle, and that was so fun. And I don't know if it's because I liked it better or because it didn't rain. I don't know. Here I am just rambling. Let's see, Stacy, howdy from Texas, getting ready for Storm Harvey. Oh, be safe, and love the purple hair. Thank you, I appreciate that. If you've seen Descendants, I feel like Mal from Descendants. I don't know. I'm like, late 20s, and I feel like a teenager. What is wrong with me? So, yes, oh, Kathy, hello from Charlotte, North Carolina. Did Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party for the first time last year and doing it again next week. Okay, so Kathy, you seem to like it. I definitely want to do it again. I think we're going to go next year. So for my parents' birthday parties, we're going to go to the Christmas party in November. They've never done it, so they're super excited. I'm pretty sure my mom is going to cry the whole time because she loves Disney. And then next year, we're going to do the Halloween party. And this time, my son will come because he wasn't born for those in the past. Okay, I am done rambling. Let's answer some questions, okay? Kelly, love the Mal hair, thank you. Tom's kid loves Mal. We love the parties, they're just fun, aren't they? All right, I'm gonna drink my coffee, and then we'll get started. Okay, so we have a question from Todd. Need to know a good room number to request for Disney's Copper Creek Villas for a 1-bedroom. I want a high floor courtyard view with a great view of the lake as well as the pool area. You got some good standards, Todd. I'm telling you, those are good options. Our room finder for Copper Creek, it should be done any day because I think when I checked last, they said within the next 10 days, and that was very close to a week and a half ago. So hold tight. Our room finder will be updated with Copper Creek Villas with photos and everything. So hang tight. It will be available any day. And of course, check out our blog.touringplans.com, because whenever anything new is announced, either in our world or the Disney world, wherever, we always report there. So blog.touringplans.com. And you will also get to see our weekly previews for the parks. So today, Universal Orlando and Walt Disney World weekly preview. I do that one. That comes out today, and then tomorrow will be Disney Cruise Line and Disneyland Resort. So you're going to have to check those out. We have park hours, and we talk about the weather, any events that are going on, any refurbishments or ride closures, stuff like that. Oh, I'm missing some comments. Okay, Jenny, I like the Christmas party, better weather, and I like the decorations and theming. We got rained on our last Halloween party too, and if we had better weather, I might feel differently. Plus the cookies at the Christmas party. Okay, she brings up a great point. I feel like the food at the Christmas party is better, because when you're at the Halloween party, it's, candy. The end. At the Christmas party, you're getting like snickerdoodles and eggnog and cider and hot chocolate and snow cones and sugar cookies that are decorated. So you get a little more there, and it's free. I am going to eventually film a video about the Christmas party, so let me know if there's anything you want me to include. And also, while I'm talking nonstop, would you ever want to see an overview of the Halloween party at Disneyland? I've never filmed a video about the party at Disneyland. So if you are curious about that, let me know if you would like a video, and I will make one. Okay, Chrissy, we will be doing Mickey's Not So Scary for the first time this year in about a week. So excited, from New Jersey. Enjoy, have a great time. I really hope you love it. I hope it's not too hot. Probably will be, because it'll be early September, late August. Yeah, it's normally pretty hot, but I hope that you stay cool. Amy, love your purple hair. Thank you, Amy. Oh, hi, Mom. Love you. All right. Oh, and Chrissy loves our app. Thank you. And Tara wants to see a video about the Halloween party at Disneyland. Okay, I will do that for you. So we answered Todd's question. Let's move on to Tom's. Tom, I couldn't answer all of yours, but I did answer a couple. With the addition of a Ratatouille attraction coming to France at Epcot, are recent rumors that Mexico will be retheming from the Three Caballeros to a Coco ride. Okay, so to fill you guys in, at Epcot, which is in Walt Disney World, the France Pavilion is getting a Ratatouille ride. Pretty sure it's an exact dupe of the one at Disneyland Paris. So there was a rumor before D23 that in the Mexico Pavilion, it currently has the Grand Fiesta Tour featuring the Three Caballeros. That's the name of their boat ride. There was a rumor that it might eventually be rebranded to be themed around the movie Coco. Coco is a movie that's coming out November 22nd in the US, and it's basically about this little boy who dreams of being a musician, like his favorite musician, and he ends up in the land of the dead. So it's very much like Dia de los Muertos themed in Mexico, and so he wants to know, will that be what the Mexico Pavilion will be? I don't know. I mean, there was the rumor before D23, and then nothing was ever announced. I'm betting they'll wait to see how the movie does, and then go from there. But as we know, Epcot's now getting or Magic Kingdom, one of the two, is getting a Tron roller coaster, and how many years did Tron come out? So I wouldn't rule it out. Years later, they might rebrand or do more attractions based on movies that came out a long time ago. Another example, Pandora World of Avatar. Okay. Aren't I just rambling? I don't know. I'm really excited. It's been a couple weeks since I've talked to you, and I talk really fast when I get excited. Okay. Let's see. Do you know why they didn't bring back the Villains Party that was in Hollywood Studios? I wanted to go this year. I don't. It just seemed like that Club Villain was originally a dance party at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party 3 years ago, because I remember going to it. Yeah, it was in the Diamond Horseshoe, and I danced with the witch from Snow White, and she was a really good dancer, by the way. And then they made it like a whole dinner party at Hollywood Studios, and then they just kind of stopped it. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe they wanted to try something else. Maybe it didn't do super well. Maybe more people wanted to go to the Halloween party. I'm not sure what it was. So I'm sorry, Chrissy. I don't have an answer for you. But if I find one, I will let you know, and I will comment below your comment. Okay, Nicole. And actually, I had 3 comments about Moana. I had Nicole, Brenda, and Toga. They basically want to know if Moana is ever coming to Walt Disney World, is ever coming to Disneyland. She was originally there in like late 2016, and then I think maybe until like March or April of 2017, and then they got rid of her, and there's no more Moana. And I checked the Disney website, and she's not there. She's not there. I looked on the moms panel, and they said the same thing as of like August 22nd. That Moana's not at Walt Disney World. She is at Shanghai Disney, and I think she's there with Maui. I think Maui was just introduced a month or 2 ago. But it kind of feels like with Moana being their recent, like, Disney princess, they should have her. And I know my daughter would love to meet her. We have karaoke parties with Moana and The Sound of Music. Those are the 2 big ones right now. So I don't know. But we will let you know, and I hope Moana comes back. Okay. Alyssa, any feeling about Animal Kingdom Park closing times for October? Sunset is at 6:45 with a 7 o'clock closing. Really hoping to see Pandora at night and Tree of Life. Oh, yeah, I think that just comes down to the park getting darker sooner with daylight savings, you know? And I know that the River of Light shows are being bumped up as well. And, you know, when it's dark, it kind of, animals want to go to sleep, all that jazz. So that's kind of why. The park used to close at 7 anyway. For the longest time, forever. Forever, Animal Kingdom closed at 7. So it's nothing that's too new for me, but as far as Pandora, and this will be the first season that it will be closing early with Pandora being around, yeah, I'm sure that's going to be a disappointment for a lot of people who want to see it at night. And you wonder, is that just something that people are going to wait for summer for? You know, are they going to have to? We'll see how it goes. Maybe they'll change the hours eventually after playing around with it and seeing how it goes with it closing and getting darker earlier. But at this point, I don't know. All right, let's see. Tom thinks Moana would fit in great at the Ohana breakfast. Yes, I mean, if you have Lilo and Stitch, are they at, I don't think they're at Ohana, but they're at some kind of character breakfast or character meal at the Poly, right? The Polynesian? Is that right? Someone let me know, because I haven't been there. I haven't even been to Ohana, and everyone's telling me how amazing it is. So I need to go. That needs to be on my Disney bucket list. Tara, will Disney World be doing anything with Descendants? My daughter is obsessed, and we are going in January. I love Descendants too. Well, as well, because there's 2 Descendants. I like it too. My niece and I bond over that, and my daughter really is into it too. I just love the music, and I was a High School Musical person, so it like brings back that nostalgia. So I had to at least watch Descendants, and I ended up liking it. Yeah, I mean, it seems like when High School Musical came out, they had a show at Hollywood Studios, you know, like a float show and a little dance party, and they really did a lot with it as far as promo at the parks, and you just really haven't been seeing that with Descendants. And at this time, nothing's been announced, and the second movie just came out, so you'd think that they'd be doing something, and they haven't. So I don't know, maybe if they end up doing what High School Musical did and they make like a 3rd movie that comes out in the theaters, maybe they'll promote it more. But since it's a TV movie, you know, maybe that's a reason why they haven't done much with it. But there's tons of merchandise at the Disney store, and the costumes for Mal and Evie are very well made, and they have nice boots, and it's really good attire for being a costume. You know, for Halloween, you're used to kind of the flimsy princess outfits that, you know, are like $20 at Target and stuff. The ones at the Disney store for Mal and Evie from Descendants are really well made. Kristen's going to Walt Disney World in mid-September. Any word on possible extended hours? So, I kind of just talked about this, Kristen, but if you're just joining us, don't worry. Yeah, the hours are done. Those, you know, 10 to midnight hours for resort guests, that ended, I think, earlier, I think last week, or maybe earlier next week. I think last week they ended. Yeah, and with daylight savings and everything, right now the hours are just going to be earlier and earlier. Let's see. All right. When do they usually finalize the list for Candlelight Processional? This is from Amy. We will be there on November 27th, and that date is still to be announced. Well, if it's coming out on the 27th, you should, or if you see it on the 27th, it should come out anytime. I mean, it's 2 months away, you guys, 2.5 months. And if they don't have the dates already, it should be any day. But it seems like Disney's been a little late with their, you know, coming out with dining packages and extra magic hours. All those things have been a little late as far as when they come out. And I know that's been frustrating for a lot of people. And the thing with things like Candlelight Processional is all of those events and all of those musicians are all subject to change, you know? So you could go and then that day the musician could change, you know? So that's kind of the frustrating thing with that. So I don't know the answer for that, but I will look it up for you. And if I can find anything, I'll let you know. When should we expect Rivers of Light dining packages for December? That's another thing, Tori. It should be out anytime. I did talk to Ricky Niblett about this, and historically they do these kind of packages because it does bring in money for them. But like I said, they've been really late with their packages release dates. So I would hang tight for another month and see, and hopefully it will open up. All right, let's see. The other thing is I think that Disney puts out these packages like in 60-day or 30-day increments. I think 60-day, like at a time, and maybe they fill up. So that's just another thing to consider. Will Moana be anywhere in the parks in October? Maybe the Halloween party. Suzanne, not at this time. I can't find her anywhere on the Disney website. The Moms panel is saying the same things. And I feel like if she was going to be at the Halloween party, they would advertise that, and they haven't. So I don't know. Let's see. Lots of additions to the My Disney Experience app. Can you talk about them? Thanks. Yes. So if you haven't seen on our website or on the Disney blogs, the My Disney Experience app has been updated. And I talk about that a little in my weekly preview that came out today. So if you kind of aren't here right now, you can just read about it there. So the My Disney Experience app was updated, and I'm really, really happy with the changes. So first of all, you can look at your charges from your room account or from, you know, your resort Magic Band. So anything that you use your Magic Band to charge, you can now look at those charges on the My Disney Experience app, which is awesome because it seems like when you're not swiping a credit card or using cash and you're on vacation, it's a lot easier to spend money when you're just using your Magic Band and typing in a code. So the fact that you can now see your charges, I think is a good thing. Other people might not think so. They might think it kind of ruins the vacation, but I really like tracking things. So that's nice. And you can also, if you're on the Disney dining plan, you can also track how many remaining credits you have, which is great, for example, because some meals, like the character breakfast, cost 2 dining credits, you know, so you want to be able to see where you're at and if you're going to have enough meals or if you're going to have to pay out of pocket. So I think that's a great feature. And then finally, you can renew your annual pass from the app. And you can also make any changes, like if you want to change the type of annual pass you have, you can just renew right from the app. So that's awesome. I'm really happy with the direction that they're going with that. Paul wants to know, he just saw my video about the Halloween party. Just curious, do they hand out candy bags? Yes, they do. They did last year at least, and sometimes they give you large bags, and sometimes they give you small. I know my coworker Julia went, and she got both sizes, and one of them was full of candy, so that's awesome. But yes, you do get your own candy bags, or you can bring your own as well. Any chance the mobile ordering will be taking dining credits yet? Going to be there September 1st. This is by Jennifer. No, they're not. Someone else asked this question. And no, according to the Disney website, I just checked this morning, you can only use a debit or a credit card to use the mobile ordering. And if you guys don't know what that is, you basically from the app can order your meal from your phone and then just pick it up. If you want to use a Disney gift card or if you're on the Disney dining plan, you just have to go up to the quick service or you have to go up to the place and order yourself. You cannot use the app. Charisse, can Uber still pick us up at the Polynesian if the minivans are in full force? Yes, they have not kicked out Uber. If you have your Uber gift cards, you can still use them on property. You can still use Uber and taxis. And we will talk about the minivans in a little bit. That's actually my next question. Do the new minivans travel through Fort Wilderness Resort to drop off at Pioneer Hall, or do you need to take a shuttle? So I'm not sure, and the reason is because the minivans are only at Wilderness Lodge, Boulder Ridge, and Copper Creek. it's not at Fort Wilderness, it's just at Wilderness Lodge, Boulder Ridge, Copper Creek. So I would think because of that, that they would pick you up at like the Wilderness Lodge lobby and not Pioneer Hall, because they don't go to Fort Wilderness. And if you're curious, the minivans are at the Yacht and Beach Club, the Boardwalk, you know, what I just mentioned about Wilderness Lodge area. And I heard the rumor, I have yet to get it confirmed, but I heard the rumor that about 3 days ago they started going to Animal Kingdom Lodge with Jumbo House and Kidani Village. Do not quote me on that. I do not know that that's fact. I saw it, and I've yet to get it confirmed. But that would be a good thing. You know, the minivans are still technically in testing mode, so they're slowly broadening their range. And I'm really hoping that they're going to continue to do it, because I'm going in November, and it would be great, you know, like coming home from the Christmas party, if I could take a minivan if it's still in operation. And just a little more info about the minivans. They do have vans that are handicap accessible. It's a $20 flat rate that includes the tip, so you do not need a tip. In fact, I think the cast members will refuse it if you try to give them one. And I think it's a good thing. It's operated under Lyft, so you can use the Lyft app and then have it activated at the front desk for the minivans. So that's just a little more information for you guys. Let's see. Heather asked a really good question about the Starlight safaris. And I had a viewer ask this question maybe a few months ago, and I really didn't know a lot about it. So when I got this other question, I did even more research, and I'll talk about that after I have more coffee. Okay, so Heather wanted to know, has anyone done the Starlight Safari? So let me know if you have. Do you think it's worth the expense? And yeah, so let's talk about that. So the Starlight Safari, if you don't know, because I didn't, it's a 1-hour tour at night that leaves from Animal Kingdom Lodge, and it basically gives you a tour around the savannah, around Kidani Village at Animal Kingdom Lodge. And it starts at 10 p.m. It's the weirdest price ever. It's $74.17 plus tax for the tour. And it's just like so weird. Yeah, but it's a dark tour of the savannah at Animal Kingdom Lodge. And you'll learn how the animals are cared for. You can ask questions. You'll learn about the animals in general. And you'd be surprised how few reviews there really are on the internet about this. You know, generally the ones I did see, which I saw 3, and I looked at quite a few websites, they're generally positive. You know, I mean, it's still kind of cool going on a tour. And I think it's like a max of 10 people on it. And they give you night vision goggles, although I heard that they only give you one for like one eye. So there's that. But it's kind of hit or miss is what I've been seeing, because either the animals are going to be far away and it's night and you can't use flash, so then, you know, that's kind of a letdown, or they're really close and the animals want to show off and they're following you around, which is really cool. And those are the positive reviews that I saw, is when the animals are up close. So that's something to consider. Like I said, overall people seem to enjoy it. You know, it's up to you. I probably wouldn't do it. I would choose to do the Animal Kingdom backstage tour. I would choose to do that over this one, because I feel like it's more of a guarantee that you'll see animals, you know, plus it's daylight. So, moving on. Oh my gosh, all these questions I missed. Okay, Tori, I read an article that they can deliver you to the Hoop-Dee-Doo and Backyard Barbecue, so you don't have to take the internal shuttle. Yes, if you are this is regarding the minivans. Sorry, I gotta let you know where I'm at. So for the minivans, any of the resorts that are listed, they can pick you up from and bring you anywhere that's open to the public on Disney property, anywhere, as long as it starts from the resort that, you know, they go to. They can bring you anywhere. They can bring you to a park. They can bring you to Disney Springs. They can bring you to a gas station on Disney property, you know, really anywhere. So yeah, they could bring you to Hoop-Dee-Doo as well. Emily said, if you have access to the minivans, I've heard they will drop you off or pick you up at Pioneer Hall. No need for internal shuttle. Okay, that's good to know, Emily. Thank you for sharing that info. Patty, hi. Love the bow. Thank you. Kristen hasn't done the Starlight Safari at Animal Kingdom, but did, oh my gosh, I'm not going to say this right, the Wanyama Safari in March with her mom, and it was amazing. Pricier, but includes dinner at Chico. I haven't even heard of that safari, please let us know more about that. That sounds really fun. And I hear that dinner at Chico is amazing. My parents are eating there for the first time, and I think my mom is watching. So if you've eaten at Chico, let her know which food items and entrees she has to try. Let her know. Okay, Mom, that's for you. Shelly, have an early dinner reservation at Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater, sorry. Can we just order dessert, or are there any requirements? We want shakes and just a moment to chill, and probably nothing else since we are eating at Ohana at 9 p.m. Never been. Yeah, so because Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater isn't like a buffet or some kind of thing where you get like an appetizer, dinner, dessert, like it's all included, you can pretty much get whatever you want, you know. I actually had a similar question about Be Our Guest, which I'll get to in a minute. So yeah, as far as I know, you can get whatever you want. Not sure if you're using the dining plan, you know, obviously that's a little different because, you know, especially if you're using the deluxe, that meal credit comes with an appetizer, an entree, a dessert, you know. So if you're paying out of pocket though, get whatever you want. Yeah, you can just have a shake and enjoy it and have fun in the atmosphere. It is a very cool atmosphere, especially if you have kids. You're eating in a car, which is awesome, but the car has a table, so like you're not eating in your lap. So yes, get what you want, and I hope that you enjoy it. Let us know what you think. Let's see. Okay. Oh, and my mom's saying, please let me know. So let her know if you could. Oh, and Justin said, I agree with Kristen. The Wanyama Safari was great, and also when we went in 2012, came with an unlimited wine. Not sure if they still do that. Oh, and Kristen kind of gave us an update to that. It's during the afternoon, early evening. It used to be at Animal Kingdom Lodge for resort guests there, but now it's open to anyone. We saw all the animals up close. So really, I mean, if you can relax with a glass of wine and some food and watch the animals, I mean, how much better can it get, you guys? I'm gonna look into this. This sounds pretty fun. I'm a fan already. All right. And then Tom says that he will do the safari as soon as his daughter turns 10, because that's the minimum age, and Chico's a favorite. The wild boar and mealy pep appetizer is amazing. The mac and cheese is great too, but off the menu for now, but served upon request. Great. Thank you, Tom. Mom, take note. I don't think you'll be eating the wild boar, but maybe Dad will. Who knows? Okay, so we talked about the safari. Dana said, what is low crowd time in January and February for 2018? And where will there be special discounts during that time? Thank you. So low crowd time as far as 2017, it really seemed to be end of January, early February. The weekends are always going to spike in crowd levels, but those are the ones where I saw more consistent, like 3s and 4s, maybe 5s as far as crowd levels. And anytime around the marathons in January and February. We tend to go, when we go in February, we tend to go either mid to late February. And I feel like the past few years we've always gotten caught at the tail end or the beginning of the Half Princess Marathon. So it does get a little busy those days, but it's nothing like summer where it's, you know, crazy and there's people everywhere. But yeah, it does get a little busy around there. So if you can go late January, early February, I would definitely do that. And as far as your other question, any special discounts, those will come out at the end of September. Usually is when they come out, end of September. So, and it should include maybe like a dining plan deal. My sister-in-law and my brother and their kids are going in February, and they're hoping to get the dining plan as well. So, yes, there you go. Emily, oh, sorry, I didn't answer Lisa's question. Does everyone in the party have to order a meal at breakfast or lunch for Be Our Guest, or can we share food? So this is going along with that other question we kind of saw earlier as far as the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater. And yes, you can share food. There's no reason why you can't. Yeah, go ahead. Why not? I'm sorry, that's not a very long answer, but yeah, it was a good question. Emily, any idea when mobile ordering may be online for those of us with the meal plans? I answered this earlier, but if you are just joining us, there's no word on the Disney website. They only let you use credit or debit card. That's what it says. And if you want to use a gift card or the dining plan, you have to order at the restaurant, and you cannot use mobile ordering. Let's see, any more questions before I move on? No. Okay, let's keep going. Amy asked, with all of the new plan changes to Hollywood Studios, is there any word on new restaurants or restaurant closures? So for a list of dining and eateries at Disney's Hollywood Studios, I will link below a list for you guys if you're curious. But there are going to be 2 new, food places coming to Hollywood Studios. I don't want to call them restaurants because they're kind of not, but let's talk about them. So there's going to be Pizza Rizzo. I hope I said that right, or else I'm going to sound pretty dumb. That's going to be in the Muppets Courtyard this fall. And Rizzo the Rat from the Muppets, it's basically his pizzeria that he owns and operates. And it's just going to be a quick service, where you can just grab pizza, cold drink, and then call it a day. So that's hopefully going to come this fall, although I have not seen a date. And, excuse me, they're going to, I don't know if you guys know about this, but they're going to replace Streets of America with Grand Avenue, which is going to kind of embody the spirit of downtown, present-day Los Angeles, which, why they would pick that, I'm not really sure, but, whatever. So that's going to replace Streets of America, and it's going to feature vintage office buildings and warehouses, but there's going to be kind of a bar/lounge there as well called Baseline Tap House. I talked about this maybe a month ago, I want to say, maybe a month or 2 ago. And it's just going to be kind of those small bites and cocktails. The theme is a mom and pop printing house that was affiliated with Disney Studios in Burbank, California. That's kind of going to be the theme, is like mom and pop printing house. And there's going to be, ciders and ales and wines all from California. As far as small bites, there's going to be like spiced almonds, I think, Bavarian pretzels with a cheese, like a beer cheese dip, and California cheese plates, stuff like that. So, they're not going to add any restaurants, but you do have a lot of good dining there. I mean, you have, oh my gosh, I'm losing it, the 50s Diner. Someone tell me the name of that. Oh, I'm having a brain fart. I can't remember the name. It's really funny, though. Oh, can't remember. 50s Primetime Dining, right? Restaurant, something like that. Then they have the Brown Derby, which is amazing. Oh my gosh, the food is so good. If you ever get to go there, go. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking about it and I'm getting hungry. Okay. And then the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater. So yes, those are what's coming, and those are some of the options that you still have as far as food. Let's see, what else do we have? Is anything left to close at Hollywood Studios? This is by Emerson. I think everything that's going to close has, and now I think we're just waiting for construction to finish. It's so hard because I have so many family members going to Disney in the next year, to Walt Disney World, and I have a hard time telling them to go to Disney's Hollywood Studios. I think there's a lot of great things for kids there, younger kids, as far as the Frozen sing-along, Disney Junior Live, a lot of the stage shows. There is value in going, but if you only have, if you don't have a park hopper ticket, I don't know that I want to suggest going there because it's not a full day park anymore. There's only like 4 attractions. There's Star Tours, Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Toy Story Mania. So I can't really, if you don't have a park hopper, I'm not really going to recommend going there. But there's a lot of good things for younger kids. I'm so torn. Tell me your thoughts on Disney's Hollywood Studios right now. I'm very curious to hear what you think. Emerson said, a restaurant managed by a rat. What could go wrong? Though to be fair, Remy did okay. It's true. I agree. I mean, let's just hope that there's some humans to supervise. Although Remy held his own pretty solidly. I mean, Linguini wasn't really helpful other than the fact that he had human hands. Remy kind of ran that business. Yes, 50s Primetime Cafe. Thank you, Amy and Kelly, for answering that. And Lynn said, isn't Pizza Rizzo already open? They have mobile ordering. Maybe it is. If it is, let me know, because all I saw was fall, and you think fall, September, October. So if it is, and I didn't know that, please let me know. I'm never afraid to admit when I'm wrong. Being the youngest, I am so used to being wrong and everyone telling me what to do. So please tell me if I need to make a correction with that. Oh, and Tori said the same thing. She thinks it's open. Well, great. Oh, hi, Mom. Yeah, great. Okay, so it sounds like it's open, you guys. So go get pizza and a drink. and my mom agrees, not enough to do at Hollywood Studios right now. But gosh, they do have the good shows, and the Frozen sing-along is really fun, and it snows in the theater, which made my daughter cry because she didn't know what was happening. It kind of freaked her out, but it's such a great show. Lynn Marie is skipping Hollywood Studios in January. There just isn't enough to hold attention right now. And George says that it's a half day, which I would completely agree. And then Disney Springs. It's a good thing for the last day of vacation. I would say that that's pretty true. You know, if you split it up with like a pool day and then going there and maybe going in the evening, seeing the fireworks, stuff like that. Although they're still, you know, having those fireworks dining packages, so they're still holding on there. Is it getting too bright for you guys? Can you see my face well enough? Let me know. Emerson said, my thoughts are similar to you. It's got 4 really good attractions, but I don't know if I could recommend it to those who don't go that often. I know, and you want them to be able to experience every park while they're there, but for me, it just comes down to the park hopper. If you have a park hopper option, go for it. Do it. But if you don't, there's not enough to do. Audrey, I think you could go to Hollywood Studios on a base ticket if you sleep in and then go a little. Yes, I would agree. Oh, and she said that Pizza Rizzo is open. Awesome. Guys, okay, just so you know, forget what I said earlier. It doesn't open in the fall. It's open right now. Patty loves Frozen too. In Hollywood Studios, this is Amy. If you're a big Star Wars fan, then the Launch Bay offerings where you can meet Chewbacca and Kylo Ren, and the Stormtrooper parades and stage shows will hold your attention for a few hours. That's true. And they were doing a Star Wars like all-day tour, which I think would be really cool. Kind of like a behind-the-scenes thing, but not really, you know, where you go on the rides that are available, you learn about Star Wars, and then I think you go to the dessert party for the Star Wars Galactic Spectacular. And then there, I think you're like escorted by stormtroopers, which is really neat. And if you haven't seen that kind of stage show at Hollywood Studios for the Star Wars stage show, it's very intimidating. Like the stormtroopers kind of walk down that path, you know, starting from the park entrance all the way up to the middle of Hollywood Studios. And it's intimidating, it's loud. Oh my gosh, it is loud. Like you will probably want to cover your ears or your kids' ears because that's how loud it is. The music just like, and the beat, the bass just kind of blares in your ears and it hurts, but it's really intimidating, really cool. Some of the stormtroopers, if you're sitting on the sides or standing on the sides, kind of get in your face and you're like, okay, sorry, I'm just in Disney World. I'm trying to enjoy myself. Yes, okay. And then I have one more question that was asked in advance, and then we'll talk about news a little bit, and then I'll keep answering any questions that you guys are writing right now. So Heather wanted to know, have you heard about anything new regarding dessert parties at the different parks during December? You know, the one that's kind of been announced most recently, I would say, is Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam Holiday Dessert Party. And it's at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And basically, you know, it's snacks, desserts, drinks, and you meet like a Disney character, a VIP Disney character is what the Disney website says. And then you get special seating for the 2 shows. It's, I don't want to be wrong, it's Disney Movie Magic and Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam. So Disney Movie Magic is pretty much what you would expect as far as, you know, it's like pays homage to Disney films and stuff like that. And then Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam is kind of like their fireworks show. And it's hosted by the 2 elves from that ABC movie Prep and Landing, I think it is. Is that right? Yes. Wayne and Larry are the elves' names. You know, and it includes holiday music and stuff like that. Have you guys ever done Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam? Have you seen that show? Let me know, because I've never done it because I haven't really spent a lot of time at Hollywood Studios the past few times that I've gone. So let me know. And yes, okay, so we've finished our questions. We have no comments. Let's talk about the news and then we'll be ready to go. So let me take a drink. Okay, so lots of PhotoPass opportunities coming up. So it's the 75th anniversary of Bambi. Can you even believe it's been 75 years since Bambi came out? It's a long time. But you can meet Thumper and Miss Bunny from August 25th to August 27th. So that's tomorrow until, what is that? Sunday, right? And that is going to be at Why don't I have it written down? I think it's at Rafiki's Planet Watch in Animal Kingdom Park from 10:20 to 4 p.m. And then there's also going to be those magic shot opportunities where they kind of like Photoshop like a butterfly in your hand, or like at Magic Kingdom, like Pascal will be on your shoulder or Sebastian will be in your hand, stuff like that. So they have magic shop opportunities, magic shot, not shop. And then you can also ask a PhotoPass photographer about any other magic shot opportunities. And there's also going to be a lot of those at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which if you guys are doing, you know, the PhotoPass, if you're going to purchase that package, I mean, consider it, or just have them take it anyway and buy individuals. Those are expensive, but if it's a great picture, it's worth the, you know, it's worth the cost. But as far as Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, these kind of magic shot opportunities, they sound really, really cool. So you can have a picture taken with the Headless Horseman, which I think that's like the first time they're offering that as far as I know. And that would be awesome because he makes such a short appearance at the beginning of the parade for Mickey's Boo to You parade, and then you never see him again. And like I mentioned earlier, if it's raining, you don't see him at all. So that would be a really cool opportunity to get your picture taken with him. You know, again, they just kind of Photoshop him in later. And another one is you can get your picture taken in front of the Haunted Mansion with a ghost. And in Town Square on Main Street, USA, you can have your picture taken with gravediggers. So there's lots of opportunities like those. There's even a few more, but if you go to the Halloween party and you do get those photos taken, please post them on our Twitter or our Instagram or Facebook because we would love to see those. Just use hashtag TouringPlans or on Twitter just at TouringPlans, and I might repost a few. It's kind of I love sharing those with everyone. All right. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I missed so many comments. Okay. Kelly didn't hate Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam, going back to that, but she wouldn't spend the money again. So she did the party. Seating wasn't that great. You know, sometimes I kind of hear that when it comes to, like when we did Fantasmic, we did the dining package. And I will say this was several years ago, but we did get guaranteed seating, which was nice. But it really wasn't anything special, you know, it didn't seem like it was in some like priority seating, we're getting a great view. You basically got a spot to sit. So I wasn't super impressed with that. If it's changed, let me know as far as Fantasmic. Bambi, Emerson can't watch it without crying. I can't watch Dumbo without crying. I totally get it. Like, there are some Disney movies that just get you every dang time. Oh my gosh, Dumbo when the mom sings. Oh, I watched it when I was pregnant. Never do that. You will. I was like a ball of mush afterwards. Oh, it was bad. Kelly said, and as far as Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam, it isn't seating. It's a roped off standing area for viewing. So, yeah, I should have specified, yeah, I mean, it's fireworks. You're not really going to sit and watch them. So thank you, Kelly, for clearing that up so people don't get confused. Audrey agrees that magic shots are the best. I really want to do the one where you're holding the lantern in the Rapunzel area of Magic Kingdom in Fantasyland, you know, by her tower. And can I just say, I'm a little disappointed that Rapunzel's tower is where the bathrooms are. Like, I really had higher hopes for that. I wanted it to be more than just a bathroom. The bathrooms are beautifully themed and decorated, and I love the design and the painting. But I wanted so much more for Rapunzel than for her to be a place where the bathrooms are. You know what I mean? Do you guys agree? You know, thumbs up if you agree with me. I'm just saying. A person saying Bambi, Watership Down, and E.T. Those are the films that you can never watch without a tear in my eye. What are your films, everyone? I love that Emerson's starting this. What are your films that just get you every time and make you cry every time? Let me know. Brian, any updates on something like the Osborne Lights possibly happening? I was hoping Grand Street or Grand Avenue might have something. No, the Osborne Lights, you know, they had their debut, like their final showing, a year or two ago, and there's no plans because it's going to be filled with new things as far as, you know, Toy Story Land and Star Wars Land and stuff like that. I wonder if they'll move it potentially somewhere else, maybe. You know, there's always those kind of rumors, and you wonder if they're actually true or if people are getting their hopes up and they want it to come back, which I completely understand. There are certain shows that I want to come back, but just might not happen. Not the first time for the Headless Horseman, but so cool regardless, as far as the magic shots at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So thank you, Nathan, for letting me know that. And he loves the Halloween party. I agree. Do I know, this is Janet, do you know when dessert party dates will be announced for January? It should be in the next month or two. But like I've kind of mentioned throughout this whole stream, Disney's been very late with their dining packages and their dessert party dates coming out. Very late. It's been very frustrating. I know people who, you know, they want to book 180 days in advance, and you can't do that for these kind of specialty meals or parties because the dates aren't out. So then you have to check every day, and it gets stressful. So I totally get it. But hopefully in the next couple months, if not earlier. Again, check our blog.touringplans.com, and we post all of the newest news when we hear them. Hi there, this is Alberto. I wanted to ask, Universal Studios Volcano Bay's Tapu Tapu wearable system, does it really keep lines length down? I can't say for sure because first of all, I don't know much about Universal Orlando and especially Volcano Bay. And I know that they've had a lot of difficulties with the opening of Volcano Bay. It's been a little rough for Universal Orlando, and there's been some complaints. Some people are just loving it. They think it's beautiful, and it is beautiful. It is stunning. Brian had the perfect view outside of his hotel room of it. It is stunning. It kind of takes your breath away. But they're kind of working out some kinks right now. If you guys can answer Alberto's question, please do so right now so he knows. I would really appreciate that. And thank you for the question. Joe, Phantasmic dining seating gets you seating at the middle of the stage. We get that area, so I get some of the best shots. So they have changed that. And like I said, I did that dining package. Gosh, Mom, if you're still watching, oh, that was when we went with my brothers. So that had to have been like 6 to 8 years ago. Oh my gosh, how time flies. Okay, that's like a long time. So yes, they probably did hopefully update their seating. So thank you, Joe, for letting us know. And Audrey said, as far as movies that make her cry, The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast, I always tear up when I sing or watch At Last I See the Light. You know, I see the light from Tangled. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, now I'm thinking about that part of the movie and I want to tear up. Yeah, like every time I sing it, my like throat gets caught and not good. Joe, Up. Yes, first 7 minutes of Up, you're just done for the rest of the movie. Oh my gosh. Another movie I can't talk about because I'm just going to cry. I kind of find Pixar movies make me cry. This is from Tom. Disney makes me happy. Yes, can we agree? Like the Pixar movies, they get you right in the heart and they don't let you go. Like the final, like one of the final scenes from Toy Story. First of all, when they're going in the fire pit and everyone thinks that they're gonna die, why would they do that to us? Okay, if the first time you're seeing it, you're just messed up. And then second, when Andy gives all the toys to Bonnie and then he says goodbye to them and Bonnie's sitting with all the toys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I saw that movie, it came out in like 2010, 2011, and I like dug up all of my old toys and played with them because I felt bad. That's just kind of the person I am. Toy Story messes you up with toys. Like if you see a toy that's like all by itself at like Salvation Army or Goodwill, like sometimes I want to bring it home because I feel bad for it because no one loves it. Okay, Iron Man, or Iron Giant, not Iron Man. This is Amy, makes me sob at the end twice. And Audrey agrees as far as Up. Heather agrees with Toy Story 3, and Alexandra said every Pixar movie. Yes, they know how to get you. Let's see. Patty says Osborne Lights was a tradition for her, and now they're gone. I know, those are the kind of things that like your memories are built on, is those traditions when you go to Walt Disney World or a Disney park and you do those same things. Like for me, it was the Great Movie Ride. You know, every time I went with my family, I had to go with my mom and dad because it's just like a special ride for us. And now it's closed and I never get to do that again. And I'm going with them, you know, in November and we're not going to get to do it. So we're just going to have to make new memories, right, Mom? We're going to have to. Emerson, Up. And The Lion King when Simba's laying beside his dead dad. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes. Guys, you're just going to make me cry, and then I'm going to look ridiculous on camera with, like, smudged mascara and purple hair. Okay. Kelly said the scene in Tangled. Tom, every time I Facebook Live, tries to get me to sing. Every time. And then my mom jumps on the bandwagon and says the same things. One of these days, you guys, one of these days I'll sing for you. But there's lots of bloopers in my videos where I'm singing. It's probably super annoying too for you guys, so I apologize. Let's see. Alexandra, I always move toys next to the other ones in stores so they're not alone. What's funny is that, like, my dad, even when he was a kid, did similar things, and obviously Toy Story wasn't even out. Like, his teddy bears before bed, he had to sit them upright before he went to bed so, like, they could breathe and be happy next to each other. So it's just, like, those kind of things carry over, I think, when you get older, and you just feel bad for, you know, inanimate objects, really. Because they are, no, I can't say that. Except with Furbies. Furbies, if you remember Furbies, they're terrifying, and they would randomly talk in the middle of the night. So no, I don't feel any sympathy for Furbies. They can just, no, be thrown away. Oh, Audrey, Moana with her grandmother's ghost. Yep. After the grandma dies, and you see the Ray go out of the water when she goes into the ocean. Yep, I cry too. I do. All right. I dare any parent to watch Inside Out without crying at least 3 times. Totally agree, Jill. And, of course, my mom, as we knew what would happen, wants me to sing, too. One of these days, you guys. Okay, let's finish the news. Because of course I get off on my tangents, because that's what I do here. And then I will let you go. Okay, so the minivans, like I said, I still don't know if this rumor has been confirmed, but are available at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Do not mark my words, but I will find out if that is confirmed and let you know here in this stream. It will be under the TouringPlans Facebook page, so you'll know that's me. And then finally, this is kind of interesting, and I want to know if you have heard of this. They're doing something to celebrate Star Wars The Last Jedi that comes out later this year, and it's called Force Friday 2. So have you guys heard of that? It's just like a celebration of merchandise and everything that has to do with Star Wars The Last Jedi, which actually sounds really cool. And not a lot of information has been released about it, so I don't really know what's happening and what the deal is, but you can pre-register at the Disney Parks merchandise website for the event held at Disneyland, and that's going to be at Downtown Disney. And you can register on that website beginning August 24th at 11 a.m. And then as far as Walt Disney World, that's registration the day before. So it's going to be at Disney Springs outside of World of Disney. You can register, and that's August 31st at 6 p.m. So you'll get like a little wristband, and then you'll come back at 11:30 p.m. and park, and then the celebration will start at 12:01 a.m. So let me know, have you guys heard a lot about it? Like I said, there's not a lot of details right now. Is that something that if you were a local you would want to do? Do you think it's worth that time and how it's going to be all night? What do you think? Let's see. Alexandra, oh, I gotta move up. Emerson, really enjoyed, there we go. Sorry, that was me. It was my comments. I messed it up. Emerson, really enjoyed this live chat. Worth staying up till 4 a.m. Thank you, Emerson. I'm sorry I couldn't be more accommodating with my time. Where are you watching from? Thank you for staying up so late. I'm curious to see where you are in the world. Alexandra, have you heard if the minivans will pick up from the cabins at Fort Wilderness? Not at this time. It's just Boulder Ridge, Copper Creek, and Wilderness Lodge at this time. So it's not those Fort Wilderness cabins yet. I have a feeling that they're going to do all of kind of the DVCs, the Disney Vacation Club villas, and the deluxe villas before they kind of trickle down to the moderates and values and those kind of things. That's just what I'm thinking, because technically the minivans are still in testing. So they're just seeing how this is working, but from what I'm seeing, people are loving it, and it's something I know I would use. You know, I have a double stroller with 2 kids, and I don't think my husband is going on this trip because he works. So I would definitely use the minivans if it meant not having to fold up the stroller with a 1 and a 3-year-old and get on the bus by myself. So those are my thoughts. Dan says that the Star Wars thing sounds really cool. Audrey saw it was announced, but no details. More stuff they want people to buy. I know, but like, people buy it. I'm a sucker for merchandise when I'm at the parks. It's like, do I need this or want this? No, I want it, but I'm going to get it anyway. Misty said, when is this? It's September 1st of this year is when this event is going to be. And Dan said if he were a local, he would definitely do this. And Emerson is in New Zealand, to be more accurate. Well, thank you. Again, I appreciate you staying up. That really means a lot. And Alexandra, thank you. You're welcome. And Audrey saw the minivans testing last month and thought they're so cute. And they are. They're polka dot, you guys. That's like ideal for the minivans. And Amy said, I love buying stuff at the parks. So I think that is all the news I have. I hope I answered your questions adequately. If I didn't, I will always go back and answer them in the comment section. This will be uploaded to our YouTube page, so if you're someone who subscribes to us on YouTube, you can always watch us there. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube page, I suggest that you do, because then you'll know whenever a new video comes out from me or Brian or Guy Selga. Okay, all right, I will leave you. I will see you in 2 weeks, or I'll see you on Tuesday on YouTube for next week's video. Bye, you guys. Have a great weekend.